Hope everybody is doing great. Thank you for the response on the previous video. But then guys, please do go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It definitely boosts me to continue my work on the channel, and also feels that the work is appreciated. Even a 10 minutes video would take about 30 to 40 hours of research, and then I'll have to script the video and make sure that the video is kept as short as possible, because the previous expose, like I mentioned, was done by Anand. Now he regularly comes almost every day on a channel, Varun Kapoor, but then each video when he comes live is about 3 to 4 hours or 2.5 hours at least. So I'll have to go through each and every video and then try and collect the points that is mentioned and make sure that it's put across in a crisp manner so that each and every point is covered. So please do go ahead and subscribe the channel and make me feel appreciated and help me continue working on this. So now that's aside, let me also tell you that Vibhor has again claimed that each and every expose that he's been doing has come to him through the highest authority possible, and in fact challenges anybody to go ahead and sue him. And I'm just merely making those points, mentioning the exposes that he's made so that it can be put in one short video, so that you don't have to go through the entire video to get the to find out the outcome of each and every live video that he comes on. So now that aside, let's start with whatever expose is done recently. Now none of these exposes have still come on the mainstream media, so you're up for some surprises. Now I've already informed in the previous video as to who Vibhor Anand is, so I'm not going to dwell into that. So let's get into the expose that's been made in the recent past. Well, he claims that when Dawood's house was supposed to be put down by BMC, it was Balsab Thackeray who stopped the BMC from doing so, saying that he was his cadre and he was not supposed to be touched. Now Mafia has a whole change, because previously it was under Mastan, who never indulged into society. He was more into smuggling and whatever the underworld used to do, but he never got into society. But once it came under Dawood, everything changed. He got himself involved with Bollywood, and I think the start of this happened with Divya Bharti. Now that being said, let's get into the current matter that's happening. Well, recently there was a huge bust on drugs, especially marijuana, by Bangalore police. Now Vibhor claims that this is completely connected with Bollywood. Since Bahubali 2, the mafia realized that there's a huge market down south as well. So that was the reason why Shraddha Kapoor was planted in the movie Saho, so that they could build their nexus and see to it that the drug cartel enters the South Indian market as well. And that's how this drugs marijuana got into Bangalore. And he claims that it is also connected to Bombay Mafia or Mumbai Mafia, right? Now, having said that, let's get to the matter at hand, that is Sushant Singh Rajput. Now he clearly claims that all this Sushant's murder was not related to drugs, but it was related to child trafficking. Now what he's trying to say is that Sushant Singh was supposed to expose the child trafficking racket that was very prevalent in Bollywood, and that was the reason why he was murdered. Now how this works is that there are quite a few NGOs which are run in Bombay, wherein a lot of orphan kids got into the orphanage, but then the numbers declared are always incorrect. Maybe about 35-40% of the numbers are disclosed. If they get in 100 kids, it's only 35 to 40 that are disclosed and the rest are not. Now these kids are kidnapped. Naturally, as they are not recorded anywhere, there's no need to file an FIR of a missing person. So nobody realizes that these kids are been kidnapped and they are being used for child trafficking. Now Sushant Singh Rajput was supposed to be aware of this, and that is the sole reason why Sushant Singh Rajput was murdered. Okay. Now, secondly, he also claims that Sushant Singh Rajput's murder, when it was carried out, there were 7 people present there, out of which 3 were cops. The other names that he puts across is Suraj Pancholi, Aditya Pancholi's son, Imtiaz Khatri, who previously is claimed is the one who physically murdered Sushant Singh Rajput, Arbaz Khan, and a few of Sushant's friends. Now, the most shocking revelation that he's made in the recent past is that all this was on a live telecast on dark web. And when it was telecasted on dark web, because usually when such big actions are taken, the people who are asking the murders to be carried out or extortions to be done, they ask for proof. Hence, they use dark web. I'll later explain what dark web is. And I would request you guys also not to go ahead and search for it, because the moment you look for dark web, your account would be hacked and all your details would be in their hands within a few minutes, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, so it was on a live telecast on dark web. He claims that it was directly telecasted to Matrushri. Now you all know who Matrushri belongs to. And from there, it was telecasted to major Bollywood stars like Shah Rukh Khan, Akshay Kumar, and Salman Khan. Naturally, as Arbaz was present there, Salman Khan would have to look at it. But then he claims this was live telecasted, and he is 100% sure that this is not a suicide and it's definitely a murder. Now, Vibho also claims that all these actors are pedophilic. Now, I'm a huge fan of Akshay Kumar, but then when I make a video, I should be completely honest and I should make sure that I mention all the points that he's mentioned. So he also says that he's not completely sure whether it was a straight rip-off or a copy, but then he claims that the platform on which the game 4G has been made is almost similar to what Sushant was actually working on. So as if now he's not confirmed it completely. Now all these claims are made by Vibhor Anand on the channel called Varun Kapoor, where he comes in live almost every day, like I previously mentioned. But even then it takes a lot of effort to go through each and every video, because even if it's a 2.5, 3 hours long video, there's just one expose done and you never know when it's run, because these live chats are not scripted. So please do support me by subscribing to the channel and help me continue with the work that I'm trying to put across here. So hope to see you in the next video. Ciao till then. Bye bye.